All views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily reflect those of any sponsors or affiliates. Any discussion of alleged events or crimes is opinion only and not verified fact. Content is for information and entertainment purposes only. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the BillyJoe Podcast. This is episode 25. I'm your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Billy.
We are absolutely pumped to be back here again. Billy, how you feeling, my friend?
Mate, I'm good.
You good?
A bit under the weather during the week. And
Yeah.
Coming good now, mate.
Back at it. It's that time of the year, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was copying it.
Yeah, man. Actually, yeah, bro, I got this. I had a very chesty cough, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much detail, but yeah, bro, I'm coming good.
Yeah, right. We won't talk about the colour.
Yeah.
For our next guest, I was trying to work on my introduction, and it was a bit of a hard one. Our next guest has more trades than a building site. First and foremost, he's a friend. I've known him for decades. He's a father. He's a rugby league coach, and he's one of the most devastating lawyers in Sydney. I introduce to you Sam Saadat.
Thanks for having me on.
Sam, how are you?
Welcome, Sam. What's happening, mate?
Not much. I love that one, Joey.
He's like
More trades than a builder. I've also had more clubs than Tiger Woods, I've been told.
I love that one. How you been, bro? What's been happening?
Not much, mate. Just trying to stay warm in this Sydney weather at the moment.
It's crazy.
Mate, it's good if you're a duck, but yeah,
You're not wrong.
So much rain, eh?
wet and cold.
You're not wrong.
Oh, so much rain.
Yeah, mate, for the first time ever, I think Melbourne's got it over us just the last couple of weeks.
Look, yeah, bro, bad.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Sam, let's get our stories out of the way.
All for it, mate.
This guy's always got his mates on. He's had Azzy. He's had Ryan Morgan. They sit there, tell their stories, and I sit here like a gronk.
Yeah. All right,
I just watch it. You know what? It's my turn now. For now, we're going to tell stories. Only a couple, because you got a banger of a story to tell, and I really want to delve into the good stuff. But I've known you from school. Right, but it was a rivalry. So I was at Holy Spirit. He was at La Salle in Bankstown. And we just didn't like each other, eh?
Yeah, no.
The schools.
The schools didn't like each other. I don't know.
No. Not about us. But I'm just saying there was just a rivalry there between the boys. I've got a lot of good friends that have come out of La Salle. You being one of them. And then what we done, Bill, I was a St. John's boy my whole life.
Yep.
And these boys, like a lot of them were Bankstown collegians that you probably won't know of because you're a bit too young, but they turned into Bankstown
Sports?
Bulls,
Okay.
right? So it were they ever Cougars, Bankstown Cougars, or no?
Yeah, I think at one point they became the Cougars.
So they were collegians, Cougars, then they went to Bulls.
Yeah, they might have been, or maybe that was Sporties. There was Bankstown City for a while as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. But a lot of like our mates played for Bankstown, and then I get a phone call one day. It was from our coach, Anthony Ayub. And why I laugh when I say his name because
It's coming. You'll know why in a
the
second.
story's coming.
All right, let's go.
But I get a phone call and they go, "Look, Joey, what are you doing for footy?" So I'll never forget. I'd left the Dogs, and I went to the Roosters. I had a year at the Roosters, and I tore my hammy. So I was in limbo. So I go, you know what? I didn't know where my career was going at that time. I go, let me come back to the Canterbury comp and play with my mates. I just wanted 1 year. Sam's there. We connect straight away. Straight away we connect. How about you tell him? So then we connect, so we automatically like bum chums.
Yep.
So he was a devastating front rower. Devastating. He probably had about 15 try assists. Because by that stage, I was very cluey on the footy field. I knew as a centre, who do I follow? Who do I back up? This guy was beating the first tackle every single time.
Yeah.
So in my head, it made plenty sense.
So you're supporting from centre.
Support him. I would always come infield. Always.
Did your fullback hate you?
Everyone hated me because it wasn't a thing that was done back then, especially by a centre.
That's how you got noticed as well, obviously.
That's the only way I got noticed, Bill, especially throughout my Bulldogs time. I was at the Dogs for 6 years.
Mm.
And through my time, why I kept getting picked, put aside whatever talent I thought I had, I used to do the 1%ers, following the ball carrier, support play, covering in defense, kick chase.
Working them on the ground.
I was always the first one down, kick chase. I was always making sure that I helped my forwards get out of our red zone.
Yep.
All the little stuff. So I quickly realised this is the guy I need to follow. And, mate, I scored a ton of tries off his flick. But you want to talk Sonny Bill flick pass?
Yep.
That we spoke about last week? He had the exact same one.
Oh, wow.
The exact same one. So we get close. We become bum chums. I start going to his house. Start hanging out.
This is where it gets juicy.
This is where it gets juicy. So there's one day we had training on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? But I was at uni at the time. Sam, were you at uni at the time? Were you at uni at that stage?
I think I might have been, yeah.
You would, but you weren't doing law, but was it something else or was it law?
It was, it was double degree. It was law and...
okay, so you were there. So as you know, at uni...
There's not much uniing going on.
There's not much uni. Hey, what did you call it?
Uniing. As you can tell, Exhibit A.
Yeah. So, there was definitely not much uniing going on.
There's a lot of other ings going on.
Bro, we had a lot of ings.
Drinking,
fucking fuckering,
partying,
loitering.
Yeah. Oh, bro,
we're gonna keep it at that.
Yeah, there was a lot of fucking around, bro. A lot of fucking around.
It was fun. We'll
yeah,
put it that way.
And we had a lot of days off. We had a lot of time on our hands.
Yeah.
So this was a Thursday, and we had a hairdresser by the name of Joey Allen.
Yeah.
So he used to work out of his garage in Greenacre.
What do I know that name?
Joe Allen. He's a banger of a hairdresser, right, in the area. If you saw what he'd done to his mum's house, so he turned this garage into a salon. You know, like at the Azeh, when you have like a U shape of chairs?
Yeah.
And people are sitting. That's what it was on a Saturday arvo.
Boys just waiting?
Boys waiting, about 30, 40 boys, right? It was the biggest laugh because haircuts used to take us about 5 hours.
Oh, no, bro.
But you were hanging out because everyone you knew. Anyway, so Joe, the master, the maestro, decides to go open up in Bondi.
Of all places.
So he's killed it, bro. I reckon look, it's rude to talk about what your mate's making because he's a friend of ours. Bro, he was easy raking 5, 6, 7K on the weekend.
Oh, my God.
It was busy.
We're talking early 2000s?
Yeah, bro.
That's monster money, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's
he was
monster money now.
He was making big money. So the bloke decides to go to Bondi just outside of Westfields.
Yeah. From where was your punch bowl before?
Greenacre.
God, even better.
Right? So now, these Lebos, before then, I didn't know what Bondi was.
Yeah.
Actually didn't know where it was. So it was a Thursday. We had training Thursday night, obviously. On the Thursday, it was about 10, 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
Old mate calls me up. He goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "Nothing." He goes, "Oh, come over." So I go down. Sam used to live in Chester Hill.
Yeah.
So I drive down. We're hanging out. He looks at me. I look at him. He goes, "Fuck, I'm due for a haircut." I go, "Yeah, fuck, I wouldn't mind the haircut." He goes, "You want to go down and see Joey?" Like, "Oh, we got training."
But mind you, I didn't know Joey was in Bondi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah.
So he's
I'm
thinking
Greenacre.
we're going to Greenacre, right? I know we got to go to Bondi. I go, but training's at 6 o'clock, and he's looking at me going, "Yeah,
And
what's like?
we'll make it, bro.
What's the problem?" I'm
Down
going,
the road.
"Are you sure? Are you sure you want to go to Joe's?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "Cuz, like, it's going to be touch and go." He goes, "Bro, it's Thursday. It's not going to be busy. Like, let's get up and go. It's during the day." So we jump in the car
Who's driving?
and we start driving. We got onto the Hume Highway.
You're driving?
Joey's driving.
I'm driving. I'm in my Lexus. Remember the IS 200? Black, dropped rims,
Yeah. It's a
Ten-
dream.
tan leather interior. I had a
Spec.
I had a sound system from Doran. You know Doran Sound on Canterbury Road.
Yes. Yeah, bro. Yes.
He was the go-to guy for
Yeah.
like subwoofers
Yes,
and systems.
The Alpine 6.9's in the back.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, and the one, so my face it used to fold up,
Yeah.
and you could take it out of the car,
Yeah. So it doesn't get ripped.
so it doesn't get ripped.
And for
Yeah.
the kids out there, remember the folders with all the CDs?
Yeah. So he used to be in the passenger like,
DJ.
and I'll be telling him what CD to grab, and he'll be taking out these CDs out of the sleeves.
So he's above DJing.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway,
Fuck, they were good days, eh, bro?
Yeah.
fuck, like we're talking about it now. It's like fuck me, man.
Soccer in the car now.
Bro,
story.
fuck.
So we get onto the Hume Highway. So from Chester Hill, he's still thinking Greenacre.
Yeah.
Go further down the Hume Highway. Greenacre.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost there.
I passed Juno Parade, still on Hume Highway. He's looking at me going,
Other side of
"Oh,
Greenacre.
maybe he's going the back streets.
They're different.
I get past Roberts Road. Now he's looking at me, and then I turn left onto Centenary Drive.
Oh.
He goes, bro, where the fuck are you going? I go, we're going to cut our hair at Joe's. He goes, bruh, Greenacre's that way. I go, dude, he's opened the salon in Bondi. So he goes,
No idea.
so he goes, okay, all right, now I know what you mean by this is touch and go now. So now it's like midday. So now he's now calculating what I was calculating at his house.
Yeah.
We had no M4 tunnel and M8 tunnel back then.
No.
We go on Wattle Street, Anzac
Yeah,
Bridge,
yeah,
go
yeah.
on the scenic crowd.
100%.
And then you got to factor in wait time.
Wait time,
3 hours for the haircut.
an hour for him, an hour for me.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it wasn't just haircuts. We used to do the tips and anyway,
The blonde tip.
we'll get to that. So, we rock up, we get there at 1 o'clock, and I'm still looking at the time and go, Sam, bro, if we get out of here by 4, we're good. We go down. He sits down, he wants to put white blonde tips in his hair.
As we all did.
So Joe puts that cap on. Remember the cap?
And
they had to flick it.
And they pick with the needle.
Yeah.
They fucking pick
So
straight.
he was flicking his hair. Then he sat there and he painted his hair. Then he sat him to the side. Then I went down, cut my hair. Then the one I had was, remember they had the white blonde strip from the front and it used to go.
Skunk.
Skunk, yeah.
Skunk, yeah.
But I didn't do it straight. We done it on an angle. So
Yeah.
it started from this side and I went back to the other side.
Yeah.
So I do that one. Anyway,
The nostalgia is real, man. Fuck.
we gel our hair. We gel our hair. We jump in the car and it's like 4:30 and we're going fucking. We're sweet, bro. An hour and a half to get to Roos Park at Bankstown.
Plenty.
Plenty of time.
Thursday night.
We get past that. That super center in
Roseberry.
no in is it Rosebery?
Where you go, the Eastern Distributor, it's on the left hand side, going towards the airport.
Yes,
It's Roseberry.
yes. Is that Rosebery? Yes.
Yeah.
So we get
Can you tell I'm a truck driver?
Yeah.
we get to that super center. 100%. You know your roads. As we get to that super center, what are we at? 4 minutes? No, 18 minutes. Wow, this is a cracker story. This is the only story we could tell.
Yeah.
We get to
That you could tell.
We get me. We get to the start of the M5, and it's like complete stop.
Oh.
Bro, and all I saw was red brakes.
That's the
Mate.
fucking worst.
We ended up in the car park.
General Holmes Drive. General Holmes ends up turning to General Holmes Drive.
For about 10 Ks, all I saw
Oh my God.
was red brake lights. And we're looking at each other going, I think we're fucked.
You think?
Just
But
quiet.
anyway, Sam, so we get to training. So we start at 6. We get there at 6:30.
Is your gear in the car?
No, we
Yeah.
took our gear with us.
Yeah.
So we're like changing, like I'm in the driver's seat putting socks on. I think I drove the last 10 Ks with football boots and studs.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
like
it all in the car.
all in the car. So we get there 6:30. But what our hair's like, what a mad fade, gel, color, right? We looked like fucking Ronaldo's superstars.
Wow.
We get out of the car. I'll let you take over.
Mate, we get there, and then Ayub sees us walking across.
Have you made contact with him
As,
prior?
mind you, I'll just step back just briefly, just a little bit, right? So I was fucking captain of the team. He was. So I'm captain of the side, right? And then Joey and I, we're rocking up and we're like walking fast. Don't want to make it obvious that we're late, but obviously we're fucking late.
Yeah.
So as we get closer, Ayub just screams, Saadat, Joey, why the fuck are you late? And one of us went to respond. I can't even remember what we were going to say. Shut the fuck up and get the fucking training.
Shut the fuck up.
We didn't say a word yet.
Mate, I swear to God. And anyway, so we're fucking, we thought, and then I look at Joey. Joey looks at me and I'm like, fucking, bro, we've got to warm up. Like, the boys are getting right into it. And we're not, like, we haven't stretched, we haven't done anything.
And this is Thursday, most important session of the week.
No, but hang on. So that game we were playing on Sunday, we were playing Padstow Panthers, who were undefeated at the time.
Oh, wow.
So they were 10 games from 10.
Oh.
Yeah, big game. So we're stretching, right? And then we're looking at each other going, fucking, what stretch are we going to do? Right? And we're legit talking footy or talking stretching. And he turns around and he goes, shut the fuck up. I told you not to fucking speak. So anyway,
oh my God.
I don't know what I did to him, right? And it was, anyway, so he fucking sends me for laps. And then Joey, I don't know, Joey copped whatever punishment Joey copped. Anyway, so we get into it, right? And so we train, fucking normal. We're thinking, all right, sweet.
We finished the session.
Finished the session. We're all right. We got away with it. Come game day, mate, he names the lineup at the start, and he goes through the squad, and fucking I end up on the bench. So does Joey.
Oh.
Mind you, so going back to what Joey said earlier, very kind of Joey. And we played a lot of probably football that was a bit of ahead of our time back when we were
100%.
when we were younger. You know, like some of the stuff we were doing as footballers. Like Joey, there was one year, if you remember, the Dogs. Mate, there was a fucking article written about him, highest point scorer in the competition.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, right. And that's because he had a knack of, and we grew up, we didn't have, like today, you got dads that are fully invested in their kids.
Yeah.
You know, they're putting them through academies and programs and spending money and doing all that stuff. We didn't have that.
We didn't have that at all. No.
Nothing. So we learned off what we saw. You know, like you'd watch TV, you'd play in the backyard, we'd watch each other at training, we'd learn things, right? You'd watch guys like Sonny Bill or whoever was around you that was playing and how he offloaded the ball. You wanted to do the same, or, you know, whoever the guys that we sort of, like, that you could see around you at training and things like that, you'd pick things up, right?
Yeah.
And you'd want to play like them, or you just got better, right? And Joey was like that. He was fucking unreal. Like if he saw something, he did it. You know, and so it was easy to find Joey. Like you didn't even have to communicate. I just knew if I got my arm free or a ball away, he was going to be there. And that was a beautiful combination. So you had that combination. You had our goal kicker, our top point scorer, benched.
Yeah.
So
But you had our captain.
Captain, benched.
Hey, boys. But at least he looks fresh.
Oh, hey, we looked doing hey, with $1 million fucking dollars, right?
We looked fucking
At
good.
least he looks fresh, fella.
No, we look brilliant, mate. Yeah, it was Backstreet Boys were in back then, so
Yeah,
I
100%.
was feeling it.
Fuck all good days, bro.
Great days.
So
So we're on the bench, right? And the game's not going our way.
10-0, we're down 10-0.
10-0 at half time, and the boys are screaming. Like the boys on the field are screaming, like, "Get fucking Saadat on, get Joey on."
And this team's 10 on the trot.
They're 10 on the trot, right?
And we're second, like top of the table clash.
Oh, so it's a heavy game, okay.
Yeah.
And to their credit, the boys were ripping in, but you know, like what Joey brings, what I bring in defence or whatever, you know, like
flair.
it takes a bit of pressure off the boys as
Yeah.
well. So they're screaming, "Get him on!" And he just fucking didn't want to do it.
So I went to half time. We go in the sheds. And
Well, you haven't played yet. It's half time.
half time.
I haven't spent a minute on the field.
What's the score, roughly? Do you remember?
10-0.
10, okay.
So we're walking to the sheds. The team's huddled, walking together. Me and Saadat at the back, fucking moping, right? And we're talking to each other. This guy's like, if this cunt doesn't put me on, he goes, I'm walking. I go, you know what, Sam? Yeah, me fucking too.
So he's doing me up.
So I've G'd him up. I had genuine intentions to walk, right? So then he names the second half, doesn't name us.
Oh, man.
So then we get to the bench and he goes, bro, he's got 5 minutes. And what he starts doing, he starts untaping the tape off his boots,
On the laces.
off the laces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd had enough, mate. I was telling Joey, I go, mate, my jersey's coming off in like 5 minutes, right? So anyway, the game goes 5 minutes. He's keeping me calm. Fucking relax. He'll get you on in a sec. 10 minutes goes. I'm thinking, fucking hell. Like, it's still 10-0.
How old were you boys? 17?
Nah, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Mate, fucking, we're right in this. Like, we can win this game. He refused to do it, right? So I think there was 10 minutes left on the clock. So
There was 10 minutes left.
like a fuckwit, I take my jersey off and I walk up to him. I go, fucking here you go.
Oh, wow. And then he looks behind.
And I'm waiting for Joey to follow me.
He looks behind thinking, where's my mate? What are you doing? I sat on the bench. So when Saadat told him to get fucked, the coach, smart ass, goes, Joey, up.
Oh,
He puts me on.
Right, but nah, listen to this. He's my mate, and the boys are still my mates. I don't care.
Yeah.
And so Joey gets on, right? And it's 10-0. And fucking, I think his third touch in the game, he scores a try. Scores out in the corner and misses the conversion. I don't know,
I got it from the sideline.
Got it from the sideline. So it was 10-6, right? And then
These are in, bro.
And I'm like, I threw my jersey, but I'm fucking not gonna not watch the game. And the fucker was my ride home anyway. So I had to be there. So I'm watching from the sideline behind the fence.
Did you do the sneaky arm grab of the jersey?
I had some thoughts, but nah.
Hold on, bro.
So, mate, I think there's a minute to go.
Minutes ago.
Right? And we're camped fucking inside our 20. And then the ball comes out. They shift the ball. Joey gets the ball, I think, 22 metres out from our line.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a fair way to go.
Yeah.
Fucking puts the shimmy on, mate, gets through and just fucking goes. Right? So he's going down the sideline, fullback's chasing, fucking winger chasing, and he scores in the fucking corner. And we're all screaming, Joey, under the post.
Yeah, but I was...
Right?
Yeah.
But, mate, they were chasing hard. So he gets there, he fucking scores the try right in the corner. Right?
10-0.
10-all kick to come. Right on the fucking sideline.
On the buzzer?
On the buzzer.
Siren goes.
Siren's gone. Right, 10-all. Fucking top of the table clash. Joey, mate, bangs it straight over the black dot. Couldn't have hit it any better. Fucking we win 12-10.
Fuck. Fucking hell. That's a story for the grandkids, bro.
And you know what? And Anthony actually took credit.
He was a master stroke from the
Planned it all along, didn't you, Anthony?
It saved him for the last 10.
What happened to you, though? What happened to you?
I came back. Just quietly, I wasn't captain anymore. But I came back.
Bro. That is hectic, bro.
All right, so
That was good, yarn, boys.
so we got that one out of the way.
Oh, my God.
Sam,
Oh, man.
put aside our wine phase. We went through a phase of drinking wine. We thought we were like some hectic businessmen
Wine connoisseurs.
at the age of 20.
Mate, God rest his soul, Maurice, Joey's father, mate. He he had a collection, and I don't know what. Wait, we just thought we were like men, right?
Yeah, we didn't want beer.
Nah, we were Andrew Tate in 2002.
Yeah.
So,
Fucking hell.
and mate, he had a stash of cigars, mate. Fuck, and we didn't smoke. Like
We weren't smokers.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like we were fit. We were athletes, right? So we found the stash. And what do you do, mate? You're 18, 19 years old. You've got a
Dash of cigars?
of cigars and
Yeah.
wine, right? Yeah. So we'd break open Maurice's wine bottles and cigars, and we'd sneak in the back and we'd get drinking and he'd catch us a few times.
We won't say what he used to. We can't repeat that. Sam, talk to us about your upbringing. I just want to say one thing. Your mum is an absolute soldier. You come from a broken home, but when I was over, bro, it felt complete. She was mum, she was dad. Like, that's just from a mate's perspective. She had that household fucking down pat, and you couldn't say boo, Bill. Yeah, like you couldn't step left out of line. You know, Sam, his two sisters, mate. Even his mates. She had us under control.
Sounds familiar.
Superwoman, yeah.
Yeah, she's.
What can you tell us? What can you tell us, Sam?
She's unreal. Look, yeah, look, it wasn't easy, that sort of phase from 15 onwards, sort of 15 to 20. Dad, mum broke up. There was dramas obviously at home. And it's hard when you're an only boy as well. For us, in our customs, the male bears a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. So I had 3 sisters at the time. My mum, she did it tough, I guess, from her in her life. But she did an amazing job with us. And so that period, to be honest, was really hard. It was hard for me because I didn't know how to deal with it. As a 15-year-old, 16-year-old.
Were you the youngest?
I was the oldest.
The eldest, okay. Cool.
So that's where that sort of burden comes from. You feel like you got to be a man, but at 15, you don't need to be a man. It's not.
It's not expected of you.
No way.
No, not at all. And I wanted to do things like as a young man, like you want to live your life and experience life as a 15, 16-year-old and that as well. So it was hard and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I got into a lot of trouble as a kid because I vented my anger in ways that I probably shouldn't. And later on, like having guys like Joey and other blokes around that were like brothers to me, because I didn't have a brother. I didn't have any brother. Obviously being the only boy, but relating to those boys as well and bouncing off each other and being close to boys like Joey and others at that time, like it helped sort of straighten you up. But that's where rugby league became a big thing for me as well, because I took up rugby league late in life as well. I think I was about 14. But it was a forum for me where I could vent. You can go out on the field, you can be a different person.
Harness your aggression?
100%.
Harness your aggression, yeah.
So that physicality in rugby league, the ability to go out and almost become a beast.
Legally,
and it's not like, Joey knows, like, was nothing dirty, was nothing, they're trying to rip people's heads off.
You could just pull off a fucking hit.
Yeah.
Just pulling off a hit.
knowing you can release that anger and hurt someone, but not legally.
No consequences.
No consequences.
Yeah.
What type of trouble are you getting into, Sam? If you don't want, you'd have to.
Yeah, look, I was getting into a lot of trouble at school. I had anger issues, fights, different things as well. And look, there were other issues. Like for me, I was a Muslim kid in a Christian school, and I didn't start at La Salle Bankstown, so I was at De La Salle Rugby to start with, right? So, I was an Arab kid in a predominantly Caucasian school or Anglo-Saxon school, right? I was Muslim, so I didn't have, I was off the bat on the back.
You had a chip on your shoulder.
You're on the outer, yeah.
I'm on the outer, right? So it wasn't easy to sort of fit in. It wasn't easy to make friends. Then I have this other shit going on at home, like just things like that culminated. And then if someone said something to you, it was just easy to sort of snap, easy to get yourself into a fight, get yourself into, issues that you didn't really need to do. But look, the turning point in that was, I think I was 17 and a half. And I was going to a house party in Rugby. And, look, I was leaving and there was a group of guys and they said some stuff and I lost it. Anyway, it was pretty bad. And I ended up being charged as a 17-year-old with assault, occasionally actual bodily harm, affray, and some other offences. So I learned a lesson where I went before the court. I accepted what I had done. I pled guilty, obviously, at the time, and I got through that. But I didn't know that's the thing. Like at that point in my life, I didn't really know how to deal with anger. I didn't know how to deal with the things going on at home. As you said, my mum was awesome, and I felt bad. Like the one constant was everything I did, I always felt like I let her down, like it was hard facing her. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely. Yeah, of course. It's very important, the male in the family, the father, very, very important. Having that good role model, someone, especially at that tender age, bro, it's It's not easy. I sort of went through something similar, but I was a bit older than you. My dad was there, always a part of my life. He never really left us. But bro, I'm just putting myself as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old. They're the best years of your life, bro. You should be just enjoying.
You should
fine,
be allowed to be a
kid, bro. All you should be thinking about is going to school, hanging out with your mates, and playing footy on the weekend, and what he's doing after. But instead, like, fuck, bro, that's pretty tough. See, I want to ask you something, bro. Joey and myself, we spoke about this. I want to go back and touch on like the topic about your mother. Me and Joey, we spoke about this yesterday or the day before. We were on the phone late at night. You were on your own with your mum for a while. At the age of 15, was it? When did your parents split up?
Yeah, about 15, 16, sort of in that.
Now with me, during my childhood at 15, 16 wasn't traditional either. Like we were going through a bit of hell at home as well. My dad was involved with the wrong people. We'd have people coming to our house. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but it wasn't pretty. Where I'm going with this is that my mum had to play both roles, the protector and the mother.
Mm.
This is where I'm going with.
It just occurred to me now. Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. It might be different with you, bro. I find that us looking back now, going through all that and the way my mum was with us growing up, it's really had an impact on how me and my siblings are able to express emotion. Whether we say to each other, "I love you," whether we kiss on the cheek when we say hello to my siblings, because we never really got that, because I found my mum was always under the pump from all the stresses and dramas that my dad was bringing from work home, and all the other stuff that came in between. Now, my question to you is: Did you ever have that issue with your mother? Was she always lovable, able to show you affection while trying to be the mother and the father by trying to protect you guys at the same time? Or was it tough love, or was it more like she can split it? She can split her personality to be the mother and be the protector, as in, depending on the situation.
Probably a bit of both. But look, one thing with her is she did show love. You know, so she was open to expressing love
and affection.
But to your point, and as you said that, it kind of resonated. Like it was hard for a long time for me to show emotion. And maybe to extent my sisters as well, but like it does affect you as a person. For me as well, giving back or showing my affection as well. Like I don't know, you kind of build up these walls. You feel like you got to be.
It feels weird almost.
Yeah.
Like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you an example. If I see my brother, like when we shake hands and we don't hug, but even when we're shaking hands, we feel like it's weird.
Yeah. It's probably,
you know what I mean. Like we find that weird. Even talking about it.
It's probably, I think it's only now, like sort of the later, like I'm 40 now. I think probably the last year, maybe a bit more, maybe a year to 2 years, maybe, where I've really sort of started for the first time really to sort of express and open up. Like even just with my mates, with Joey, I think the last few times saying I love you to Joey, and, you know, to my mates and that, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we
wouldn't have happened,
you know. So, but it's only like sort of now, as the older you get in life, and even like with my dad, that relationship's good now. Like it's repaired, everything's good. But and there's love now, and even like you guys might have the similar experience as well. Like he was hard.
Your old man?
Like, he was hard, yeah. And like to be honest with you, I'd rather get locked up back then, or spend 3-4 nights in a cop shop than face
having to deal with him. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I feared my dad more than I feared like
the authorities.
That was me with my mum though.
Yeah. So
I feel you. Yeah.
that was, but now he's soft. Like if I speak to my son wrong or look at my son wrong, I get yelled at, and I look at him and I think to myself, where the fuck was that 25 years?
That's bad. They've learned their lesson, because with us.
Yeah.
Because they were just trying to work it out with us.
They didn't know.
We're trying to work. We're parents. We're trying to work it out.
Yeah, that's
ourselves.
all they knew.
That's all
they knew. So we can't hold it against
100%.
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask you, you made a comment, and I know where you're going with this, but I want people to know. Because rugby league is important to all of us in the sense of what it did for us growing up. Now, you said rugby league saved your life.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so like in more ways than one, I think. So the first part of that is, as a kid with those issues, it really helped me to sort of, it was a forum for me to express myself differently on the field. But later on, I think I was maybe 21 years old. So I was at uni playing footy, doing all the normal stuff, and a mate of mine rings me and says, "Mate, what are you doing?" But not much. And he said, come have lunch. And he was at Lansvale at the time. So he worked for a company that did showers and wardrobes. And so I made a decision that day I'll go see him and have some lunch. And I think, mate, I walked in, I was probably in the factory for, mate, not even 30 seconds. So as I walk in, and he's towards the back of the factory, and I'll make my way, like he's telling me to come. So I'm walking to the back. Mate, I just heard a crack, and I look, and the next thing I see is fucking just sheets of glass falling, and so mate, it crushed me from that, like from probably the chest down. So, mate, I was on the ground. I think I don't even know how long, but I just remember, like at that time, and you're talking about almost a tonne. 146 sheets, and you're talking 2,200 by 1,200, right? So, you know, the showers and wardrobes, the mirrors that they put in the middle.
Yeah, bro.
About 146 sheets on top of me.
Of glass?
Of glass. And so, you know, and like, it's from here down, and, mate, it was excruciating. It was like someone grinding you into the ground. Like, it was, I can't even describe the feeling, right? And I just remember thinking to myself at that time, like, this is it. I'm 20, 21 years old, whatever it is. And I remember just looking up, and I don't know, I just felt like my time that was it. I'm done. And the first thing I thought of, like people tell you, like your life flashes before you. It wasn't like my whole life flashed before me, but it was as if my mum, like the two most important people to me at that time in my life, it was like my mum was standing right before me. My grandmother, she was like, they were right there. And I know I was saying to myself, like, just please don't look at me. Don't see me. And everyone's coming in trying to save you and trying to get the glass off and all that. And I remember just telling people, please, whatever happens to me, whatever happens, don't let my mum see me. But I don't even know what's happened to me. I just know that I'm in a lot of pain. There's blood flowing everywhere. And I didn't think I was going to make it. Anyway, mate, they bring in a forklift, they try and lift the glass, and, mate, they get it up on an angle, and then it cracks in the middle and it falls again. Mate, it was unbelievable. So at some point they get another forklift in. They managed to get them both up, and they dragged me out. And I just remember looking down, my leg was just open, like everything. I could see my bones. Yeah, it was like gruesome. My like scars there, but the scars all over my body. So I just remember looking down, and there's parts of my body that were just like the Terminator. You know, when you see the
Yeah.
and you could, yeah. So it was just stuff like that, and I'm just laying there, and I kept telling myself, like, if I get through this, and I remember saying to God, if you let me live, just please, if I can live, I'll turn it around. I'm going to change my life. I promise you I'm going to change my life. But just let me get through it. And so it was different emotions. Like at one point you're thinking this is it, and then another point you're hanging on. Like, please.
You're fighting.
You want to stay, you know. So I get to Liverpool Hospital. And, mate, the first thing the doctor, it's obviously emergency trauma and all that sort of stuff. And I'll never forget, and I became friends with him later, but Dr. Ian Harris, he comes in and he looks at me and he says, mate, someone upstairs loves you because you shouldn't be here. And so,
Well,
you know, I'm laying there looking at him and he's telling me, look, we're going to get you into surgery. We're going to do the best we can, whatever we do. You know, I just want you to know our priority is to save your life. And I think I said to him, what does that mean? He said, look, if we have to cut your leg off, we've got to cut your leg off. And so I looked at him and I said, mate, I don't give a fuck what you do. you're not cutting my leg off. He said, mate, I've got to save your life. I said, mate, I'm going to play rugby league one day. Look, no, I'm playing. I'm going to come back and play rugby league.
Wow.
I need my fucking leg. Right? So
What leg was it?
this one here, the left leg.
Fuck.
I said, mate, I need it. He goes, I know you want to do it, but mate, I've got to save your life. Anyway, so mate, I'll go into surgery. They put me under. I have no idea. I wake up the next morning.
You don't know what you're waking up to.
I don't know what
If you're gonna wake up.
if I'm going to wake up.
Fuck.
So I wake up and I remember, mate, the first thing I did was I grab my body just to see what was still there. Well, I thought it was a dream, right? And you're in a lot of pain. You're on your back. There's all these things hooked up to you. And so I grab it, mate, and there's like rods sticking out and all sorts of stuff and like a cast and everything. And I just remember looking down and I was like, fuck. Like, you know, like it's
still there?
Yeah. So it's registering now, like, this is bad. Like, it's not a dream. This is real. So, you know, I talk about rugby league saving my life. It wasn't just that rugby league was this escape for me, the physicality and the mateship and the bond that I formed with the boys playing the game of rugby league at 15, 16. It gave me a purpose after. I made a promise, 2 promises. One was I was going to be a better person. And the second one was I was going to play rugby league no matter what. That was my goal. It gave me
That was your drive.
That was my drive.
Let's go.
That's fucking heavy, bro. I didn't expect that, cuz that's
Can I tell you something?
bro.
He's my friend, and I actually feel like a shit friend.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was that serious
My legs.
at the time.
I'm goosebumping,
Yeah.
bad. That's fucking heavy, bro.
It just shows that when you're young, you're dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't realize the extent of this accident until now. I've heard it for the first time.
We're very naive at that age too, Joey, bro. We're very naive as young men. We don't fucking. I didn't think one of my best mates is gonna die in a car accident at 16. You don't think, you know what I mean? You just don't. You think this shit just doesn't happen, especially at that 19 years old, bro.
Mate, I thought I was going to be a football player. I thought, you know, all these things were, and then in a second, like legit split second, it was it. It was my life changed, you know. But saying that as well, like it's a little bit hard to talk about. But the hardest bit wasn't even that. The hardest bit was what came after.
Oh yeah.
You know, the demons that you face after that is even worse. So, you know, I had 10 months where I was on my back, like legit. I shat in a bowl, had to piss in a bottle. I couldn't get up.
You weren't moving.
I couldn't move at all. I spent 6 months of that time all in hospital, and then eventually they say you can go home. So I go home, and I'm on a mattress pretty much. You know, and that's, I can't move, can't do anything.
After 6 months laying in hospital doing nothing.
Yeah.
There was no rehab in between that.
Mate,
You're just resting.
I had 3/4, I think, or a bit more of my quadricep cut out completely. I had obviously major bone damage. My patella tendon, my ligaments, other parts of my leg were all torn, so they had to recover. And I had other injuries to other parts of my body as well that needed to heal. But laying there for 10 months, I can't even tell you, like, the demons are real. You know, like, as positive as you can be, and even though I had those 2 things to drive me, it's fucking hard. Like, you're 20, 21 years old, and you start hearing things inside your own head, you know?
Like what, bro? God, this means a lot to me, and I'll tell you why later.
So, mate, you start thinking things like, what the fuck's the point? You know, like, that's probably one of the first things that comes to you as you start saying to yourself, like, what am I living for now? Like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I'm not a vegetable, touch wood, and people have it tougher than me. Like, some people become paraplegics or
but you're not thinking that.
But you're not thinking
that moment. No, you're not.
In that moment, no.
No.
Right? I'm thinking, but I can't go to
the worst of it.
I can't go to Roxy's anymore.
Yeah.
I can't go to Sapphire. I'm not playing footy week in, week out. I'm not going to uni. I'm not meeting up with that's your world. That's your bubble at 20, 21 years old. That bubble's now shattered. It's gone, right? I'm not thinking straight, right? And all I have is time and my own thoughts, right? So you sitting there. There's only so many movies you can watch. There's only so many books you can read. There's only so many things you can do on your own, right? And you're sitting there, and then things start creeping in. Like, what the fuck's the point? What are you doing? You're not going to be able to do any of that shit. You're not coming back. You're not playing footy. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that.
You start doubting yourself.
You start doubting every single day, and that's how it starts.
So how dark did it get for you, Sam?
We'll put it this way. Thank God I couldn't get up and move, because if I could, I probably would have ended it at some point. If I could have gone to the pills that they were giving me for pain medication myself and grabbed a bunch of those pills, I probably would have done it. And that's been real. But I couldn't. So even though that shit had happened to me, the saving grace was I couldn't fucking move. I couldn't physically achieve what my mind was telling me to do at that time. But
so the thing that was killing you was the thing that saved you.
Yeah. That's the paradox
get it?
of it.
No, I'm a bit confused. The thing that was killing him,
Not being able to move, his legs out of action was what was killing him. But his legs out of action is actually what saved him.
Saved him from doing what
I physically couldn't do anything, right, to get up.
Well, that's God's work, bro.
So God works in mysterious ways, right? And that's the way it works. So
fuck, bro.
So it gets dark, my man. But I'll tell you what turned it, and this is going to sound so funny, but mate, I watched, like I said, I had nothing but time. So I'd sit down, I'd watch movies over and over again, and I'd seen the movie 100 times. So one day I'm sitting there and I'm watching Rocky 4.
There's no Netflix back then either, so
Netflix.
It's not easy to fucking
CD. Remember the DVD?
DVDs, yeah.
Right. So your mates would come over, they'll bring you a stack of CDs or whatever, and you'd flick them in. So this one day, I put on Rocky 4, and I've seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
But this time, it just hit different, right? And it was one scene, one song. Everyone remembers Rocky, Eye of the Tiger.
Stairs.
The montages, the stair scenes, all that sort of stuff, whatever your favorite Rocky is. So I'm watching Rocky 4, and Survivor comes on, right? The song Burning Heart. And if you're not familiar with it, verse 2 comes, and the words, and I'm listening, I'm just sitting there just listening to it. And it says, in the warrior's code, there's no surrender. Though his body says stop, his spirit cries never. Deep in our soul, quiet ember. Because it's you against you. It's the paradox that drives us all on. The victory is yours alone. Now I'm sitting there, I'm listening, I'm fucking hitting rewind. Now, what was that? What did they just say? I'd never paid attention to this.
Yeah, you don't.
Right? But this time, for whatever reason, I'm going, mate, it's you against you. His body's broken, his spirit cries never. His words starting to resonate now.
Yeah, they're hitting hard.
They're fucking hitting.
They're hitting hard.
I'm hitting rewind. I must have listened to it probably 50 times, no joke. I'm going backwards, forward, fuck. Now I'm starting to go to myself, you know what?
Dan, can we get some waters here, mate, please? Thanks, mate.
Yeah, bro, this needs it, man.
Thanks, brother.
You got any heavier stuff?
Any wine?
Thanks, brother.
Any wine? Any cigars?
So it starts hitting you.
So now, so it's hitting, right? And for the first time in my life, I'm thinking to myself, this is me. It's all me. I'm the fucking demon, but I'm also my own savior. Right? These thoughts are my thoughts. It's you versus you. It is. That's what it is. And the only way to defeat it, the only thing that can defeat you is yourself. That's when I realized that moment, back then, the only force in this world that can defeat you is you, nothing else. How many times have you been told in life you're not good enough? How many times have you been told you're not going to make it? How many times? And it only fucking works if you believe it, if you believe it. Because if you don't believe it, you push forward and you become the master of your own fate. You become the captain of your own ship. But you choose whether or not you believe it. You choose whether or not you go forward. And that was the moment there, that time when I said, nah, fuck this. I'm going to walk again. I'm coming back. And that was the beginning of the new chapter, I guess, in my life.
The doctors didn't tell you that you could make a full recovery? Is that why you were that down in the dumps, or?
Well, they kept telling me that I'd be lucky if I ever walked again. I'd be lucky.
Oh, so they were feeding you with that.
Yeah.
Hence, which got you to that point.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like an injury, bro, and they just thought like I thought you knew you were going to make full recovery, but you were still down in the dumps. I didn't know they were actually telling you that this is the potential risks. Fuck that over here, bro. That's fucked.
Yeah. So I was told pretty much from day one after surgery that you'd be lucky if you ever walked again. You'd be lucky if you kept your leg. Like, even though we managed to save it, and the way they saved it was really just to cut out, a large chunk of it, because they couldn't pick out the pieces of glass or run the risk of leaving like a piece of glass in your muscle and then it
go in your bloodstream.
Infected. Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. So their solution was just to pretty much gut it, take the whole thing out or most of it, and then go from there. So I was told pretty early on, like, you'd be lucky if you ever walk again. You'd be lucky if you did this. You'd be lucky if you did that. And you'd be lucky if you keep your leg. Like, it could still get infected. Something could happen. So they kept that doubt, kept floating around.
That'll do it, bro.
So, you're a successful lawyer
Yeah.
as we speak.
I don't know about successful, but I am a lawyer.
I would say successful, and
You're good, bro.
I'm so proud of you, just as a good friend. So I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad to say Sam represents me whenever I need him.
You're on speed though.
When I watch him in action, I'll never forget. I had a case. And before anyone goes out there and starts thinking anything, like, unfortunately, when you own a business, you come across some, not so nice people that want things for free. So you find yourself in court. And I'll never forget, or in Penrith, one of the Penrith legal systems, and I was just actually watching you. And I'm looking at him going, and in my head, as he's like fucking pumping the judge and pumping the prosecutor, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him going, and I'm thinking about, but we used to drink wine and talk shit. We were at Roxy. We once packed a scrub in Roxy in the middle of the dance floor. I don't know how I've orchestrated this. And random people.
Where? In the courtyard or in the club?
Inside the club.
In the club?
In the club.
On the bottom.
Right at the bottom in the R&B section.
The R&B room, yeah.
Fuck, I've gathered like 6 random guys. I got 2 big boys. Hey, boys, you are the prop.
For context, that place is rammed, yeah?
Yeah, rammed.
And you're fucking rammed, scrumming it.
Bro, I had Saadat at lock.
That's like locked.
Yeah. Fucking in at lock.
Bro,
who's your hooker?
Yeah, we had some. we had a bottle, and I've flicked the bottle through the legs, and we run a backline move. And these are the things I was thinking about when this guy's standing there fucking acting all fucking
suited up. You're on this.
Yeah, bro, he's a gun.
Yeah, no,
gun.
for sure.
And I actually needed him last week, and I want to thank you, bro. Like, it hasn't gone away yet. We don't know.
Yeah.
We're waiting on a response. But Josie was reading. I got served with something. He's gone with a right of reply. He's looked at it. He goes, bro, these guys are fucked. Like, I can't even believe they've served you with this.
Yep.
And me think, I go, Sam, just send them a letter. I need it to go away. Send them a letter. This thing was 8 pages long. And then towards the end, the last 3 pages were like multiple choice. So
these your options?
So he's getting them to circle.
How they want it sorted?
No, like, you're telling me A.
Yeah.
From where I'm standing, it's either A, B, C, D. Can you please circle which one it is? Mate, me and my wife read this, and she just goes, babe, what a machine. Like, he's a gun. He had me in stitches.
I don't know you read that much, bro, and know that much detail in
Yeah.
Does he actually read it, or you just know by looking at it? Okay, yeah, this is. It's
No,
good.
yeah, no. I wish we could just do that. No, we mate, it's not. So people watch Suits. I get asked this all the time. Like Harvey Specter, mate. I wish it was just having a cup of coffee, walking into court for 2 minutes, and walking back out and making $1 million a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't work that way. Nah, we've got to read everything. So you got to make sure. It's like any other profession. Like as you know, builders or whatever you do. You know, it's heavily regulated. If you make a mistake, you become personally liable. They sue you. There's a million things involved in it. So you got to make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's 100%.
Yeah, I used to be an accountant. I know how thorough you got to be.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck reading, bro.
So I asked Sam,
Yeah.
like I do with all our guests, you know, if you've got photos, if you've got something that is important to you that you want us to throw up. Now, you said 2 quotes that you said mean everything to you.
Yeah.
Can I get them up then? So the first one, we've got Invictus. Now,
So, yeah. So you want me to talk about it? Or are you
no, I'll just one question. What's the name of your firm?
Invictus Legal.
There you go.
So
Floor's yours.
So I actually got to give credit to my wife here because look, I had a number of names floating around when I started the firm, and to be honest with you, Invictus wasn't the top of the list, right? Believe it or not, I just bagged out Harvey Specter and Suits, but Specter Law was one of the
one of the names.
for shits and giggles. But but my wife really loved the name Invictus, but she didn't know the meaning, right? I did. So I had Invictus there. I knew what it meant, but it's I don't know, it's God's intervention, fate, whatever. But she was really adamant on this. So we went with Invictus. But it's a poem that I had read. It's written by William Ernest Henley, and it was written in about 1875. But the words here, when you look at it, so out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. I fell in the fell clutch of circumstance. I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. In matters not how straight. Sorry, that's better. The mic's out of the way. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And those 2 lines in particular, the last 2 lines are when I talk about the power of you, and this comes back to my coaching. When I coach any side, and I firmly believe this because I lived it, right? The power of you is immense. People don't realize. Everything that you are as a person, you can control. Your parents, to the best of their ability, for example, going back to our conversation about mums and dads and all of that, they try and instill in you the right values, the right ethics, morals, things like that. You can take it, you can reject it. You have a choice in life, and God's given us free will, right? So we can accept or we can reject. Even God himself has given us the power to believe in him or not believe in him in the world today.
That's true.
And he's the all-powerful. He's the almighty.
Absolutely.
Right? It shocks me when you look at people today and they get upset. Why the fuck doesn't this person like me? Why doesn't this person want to speak to me? Who are you? If God himself is the creator of everything that exists in the heavens and the universe, and not all of his creations believe in him, who the fuck are we to be upset if you don't want to be my friend or I don't want to be your friend?
That's true, bro.
You know, but
So true.
Very true.
So that power comes back within you. You can achieve whatever you want if you believe it. And you look at the greatest stories in this world, the greatest athletes, the greatest business people, the most successful people in this world, they don't take no for an answer. You know, like my favorite of all time has got to be Jordan, Michael Jordan. And if you look at his story and you look at who he is, the guy didn't understand the word no. He didn't understand if you told him he couldn't do something, he did it. his mentality, his mindset, everything that he believed in as a person came from within. He had that inner drive, that inner motivation, that light, right? And it burns within us. And we all have it.
Didn't he not make one of his junior teams?
Yeah. So he's
college.
Yeah.
He got cut or something.
High school?
In high school, sorry.
High school?
He got cut.
Yeah.
Not only did he get cut, and if you look at the best way to do this for anyone listening is go and listen to his Hall of Fame speech. Most people, when they get inducted into a Hall of Fame, who do they thank first? They thank God, they thank their family, they thank all the people that helped them along the way. Go and listen to Jordan. Jordan thanks God, and then he thanks all the people that told him he couldn't do it. He went the other way. He said, I want to thank this person that told me I wasn't good enough. Because of you, I'm standing here today.
Wow.
I want to thank all these people that told me I would never amount to anything because you gave me that inner drive to want to be something. So that shows you that sort of mentality that I'm talking about. And you look at all the best in the world, they all have it.
While we're on that, I want to know what life looked like. So let's go back to the Rocky IV movie. Those lyrics resonated with you.
Yeah.
What happened after that? Talk to me about your journey after that. Like, what did it look like? What happened? What gave you that?
Yeah.
How'd your mindset change? How?
So the
your
first
kind of thought and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So the first thing I did then was, and I was on a ton of medication, right? So they'd give me everything, like Valiums, Endones, whatever you can think of, painkiller medication, all that sort of stuff. And from time to time, a nurse would come and I'd even get shots of morphine and things like that just for the pain. So the first thing I did was I said, that's it. Enough. No more. That's it. I don't want any more medication. I don't want anything. I don't care what the pain is going to be physically. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to learn to tolerate this pain. I'm going to get through that.
Because you were dependent on it for what? 10 months, nearly a year, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So the injections were probably for the first few months. And then when I got home, it was more the tablets and things like that. But from time to time, if the pain was heavy, for example, my mum could call the hospital and they'd send someone and you'd do that. So that was the first thing was I told my mum, throw them out. I don't want them anymore.
Throw them out.
I'm done.
That's a big call.
All right. Whatever it was, I'm gonna live through it. I'm gonna push through it. I'm done. And so I learned to tolerate the pain, and it was excruciating, but I got through that. And then it became I want to get up. I want to move. I want to walk. I don't care what it takes. I want to learn to walk. I want to walk.
Are you still bandaged up here? Like, are you still like...
So my legs in like a special brace.
Okay.
Left leg.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of damage to my right leg, but for the most part, everything up top had sort of healed.
Good.
It was really just the leg. So I started doing that recovery, and then I learned to walk again. And it was a bit of a joke in the family because by then, you know, they had nieces and nephews and kids and that, and they'd all started walking before us. So I finally get back on my feet, learn to walk again. And then I come to the realization my body's fucked, but my mind isn't. All right, my mind is still solid.
So you've healed your mind way before you were physically healed.
Yeah.
That's hard, but Sam, because you need to understand something. A broken arm, I believe, is easier to come back from than a broken mind.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Fucking earth.
I agree with
Do you agree?
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. But, and maybe I should have stopped you. Like when you say healed, I'm not fully healed. But that recovery process with my mind is strong. It's stronger than probably the recovery process with my body, if I could put it that way. So I'm working on my mind now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm now saying, bro, that's fucking massive.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will say, right, I got to get through this. I got to get right. All right, we'll start working my mind shit. Then they start working on the mind once they can start getting up and moving. But you've flipped the script.
Yeah. Because for me, I thought physically I'm done. I can't physically, and you know, like back then, mate, we were fit, you know, great physique. And being fit and being an active footballer, and that probably saved my life physically that I was able to absorb like such an impact and get through it because I was healthy and I was fit. But I don't know, I kind of gave up on the physical and said, fuck, I'm done. Well, physically, I'm not going to be the person I was anymore. But mentally, I'm still there. Mentally, I'm still alive. Like my mind is fucking strong and I can make it stronger. And if I get that right, then I can achieve so much more in life. Like I knew I could go back to uni, I could finish my degree, I could do things with my mind that I was never going to be able to do again with my body. So for me, I had to work on that aspect of it first. It was the most important bit.
Dan, can you throw up the photo of Sam in the sheds? I love this photo. I don't know. I love it. So you're
quite vibrant.
You're part of, you're head of pathways for the NRLW for the St. George Illawarra Dragons.
Yeah, so St. George Dragons. So I work with so the guy with the hat over there, the that you see in the photo with the bucket hat. That's Nathan Cross. So he's the head coach of NRLW.
Yeah.
Technically, he's also the head of the female pathways, but I work with the team at St. George Illawarra under Crossy and Sam Bremner.
Okay. You're going off there.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
So, look, we were in this game, we were fighting, but we were sort of down at half time, right? And this is the moment where I was saying to him, like, you have to turn this around yourselves. Like, we can't talk to you week in, week out. We do everything at training, but right now, look around because you're in the trenches with each other, right? You've got to dig deep, right? You have the potential right here, right now, to set the tone for the rest of your season in the next 30 minutes. So it was really letting the girls know that you're not out of it. Keep believing in yourselves. Keep backing yourselves. Stick to what you know. Do your job. Give me the best version of you, and the team will fucking benefit from it in the end. And it was just really just sort of laying that down and letting them know that they could do it.
You know when a coach comes in at halftime and speaks those words of wisdom, Exhibit A, this beautiful photo. Do you feel like you got to truly believe it as well to deliver a message like that, or can you just fake it and just tell them what they need, what they want to hear?
Nah, look, for me, I think there are some coaches that probably get away with faking it, and bullshitting. But for me, mate, my style is if I don't believe it, I'm not in. Like I have to believe it. I have to be around it.
You see it in his face.
100%, bro.
Can we go back to that photo, Dan Rock? And this is why it stood out to me. Like, Sam sent about 3-4 photos. That photo right there, the intensity in your face, you love what you do, right? You love it.
Yeah.
There's passion there. You bleed it. You believe in the girls. Like, if I've got my coach looking at me like that, barking instructions, brother, I'm listening. I'm listening.
And you're doing what you can to fucking make sure you do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, when I coach, I get put on, like how intense I am. Oh, they're only 14. They're only 12.
You got to see what I do to my under sixes, bro.
Yeah. But, like, sorry. And I've never seen you coach, Sam.
Yeah.
But you can tell we're cut from the same era.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, you're going to do it the way it was done to us. And this is why you're successful. So you started at the Roosters?
I started at the Bulldogs. I was lucky enough. So the first ever year of the Tarshigal Cup comp, I coached at the Bulldogs, that side. And then I was actually poached by the Roosters. The back end of that year, we made the grand final. So my team, we made the grand final. The Bulldogs, we played Penrith and we lost. But we lost a couple of key players. But anyway, we get to the grand final. I was lucky enough to work with Freddie at the time. Freddie was coaching Lebanon.
And you were the head coach for the women's Lebanon team, yeah.
So I got to work with Freddie.
About 2017?
2017.
That's when I bumped into you at Canberra.
In Canberra, that's right, yeah. Of all places. You don't see each other for fucking 5 years and then you start with each other.
I hadn't seen him for a few years.
How this happened?
So we went down to Canberra because Michael Leisha was playing.
Well, versus France, I think you can.
Yeah, France.
Yeah.
So we went down, me, Josie, who we struggled for 6 years. So a lot of things happened that day. We struggled for kids for 6 years. We later found out she was pregnant that day.
Yes, you told me this.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's a special moment I'll never forget. So we go to Canberra. Mrs. is pregnant that we didn't know at the time. We go down to watch Michael Leisha. I went with Joe Leisha, his Michael's mum, my brother Gabs. We go down and I see this bloke wearing a Lebanon shirt. But at first I thought,
supporter.
yeah, the guy's bought a $50 merchandise, $50 shirt,
Full kit shorts,
but,
too.
but that's what got me. He got the shorts. I'm like,
He's keen.
Sam's pretty keen. We'd usually wear the Lebanon shirt with like chinos and nice
Or
shoes.
denim shorts or something.
Yeah, something, you know.
He's full kit.
He's gone full kit. Then as I've like charged towards him to say Saadat, like just to call him out. And then as I got closer to him, he's now instructing 20 other girls that are wearing Lebanon kits, trackies, shirts, shorts, and he's going, nah, girls, nah, come this way. And they all followed. They all listened to him. So he wasn't barking instructions to people he didn't know. He knew them.
He wasn't Roxy's in 2000.
Yeah, no, not packing strums in crowds.
I go, Sam. He goes, hey, mate. I go, bro, what are you doing? He goes, oh,
Just a dedicated supporter.
just head coach. That's all.
Yeah.
I go,
Casually.
are you head coach? Oh, bro, wow. Amazing. So proud. So happy for him. I go, fantastic. Well, you go along that way, head coach. I'm just a dog.
Oh, fuck, I was a Tracy's driving a Bondi on a Thursday.
I'll just go sit on the hill.
So, and then I ended up at Bondi. So,
There you go.
legit at the Roosters. So, after that, mate, Roosters called and said, mate, we heard you're involved in the women's game. We're setting up an NRLW program. And
Who called you, Uncle Nick?
no, it was a bloke called Craig Walker. So he was the GM of football at the time.
Yep.
So I went and met with him, mate, spoke to him, and the rest is history. I was there right until COVID. So I was fortunate enough to coach or be a part of the assistant coach of their first ever NRLW side. So, and I spent a few years at the Roosters. It was great club. It was a great experience.
You know what I love out of that Roosters team, the NRLW team? Jess Surges.
Yeah, she's unreal. She's a
Bro.
footballer.
Isabel Kelly too, good player.
Izzy, I've never worked with Jess, but I did work with Izzy, so she's unreal. She's just an amazing athlete.
Can you give us?
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
The NRL team?
there's Walks there in the middle next to that's Walks.
Yeah.
And the bloke on his left or your right is Adam Hardigan. So adds
Can you point to Saadat?
that ugly fellow over there. But
Hey, is that Dean Witters?
that's Dino Witters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dino was the other assistant coach.
You lost a bit of weight, bro.
Yeah. Look, after my accident, I did.
As we all do.
Yeah, I couldn't move much, mate. So I did put on.
Is that Corbin?
That's Corbs. Yeah.
She married my mate, Maddie Baxter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
He's my old neighbour.
Yeah. She's unreal. She's got a boy, I think.
Recent, about a year old. So, yeah.
Recently, she got a 14-year-old as well.
Yeah. But through the new relationship, I think it's pretty recent.
Can you name us the top 3? Because you've been in the NRLW system for about 15 years. Not
Women's
rugby league.
Women's rugby league.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But you're in the NRLW system now.
yeah.
Who's your top 3 players in the whole comp?
Oh, good question. Look, I top 3 probably Olivia Koenig has to be.
Yeah.
Mate, she's unreal.
Gun, bro.
Unreal.
Was it Dally M last year?
Dally Emless last year. Look, her form probably this year hasn't been as good as it was maybe last year, but she's just an unreal footballer. So I'd say Liv Koenig. Mate, Tamika Upton.
Yeah, I was going to say Tamika.
She's unreal. Mate,
Is that the fullback?
Fullback, yeah.
back for the
Yeah.
Brisbane Broncos.
She's won me a couple of multis, bro.
Oh, she's a gun, bro.
If you back her every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Mate, she's unreal. She like if you look at her, she doesn't look like a football player.
Doesn't look much at all,
Doesn't
bro.
look like an athlete.
Yeah.
But wow, like the way she moves on the field and the things she does, like she's just incredible. And then 3, it's hard. I don't know.
Also,
Who do you reckon?
Jamie Chapman.
Yeah, look, Jamie's a good footballer. I don't know.
Is Chapman? Is she the centre for the
Hammers
Broncos?
the Hammers misses or ex misses. I don't know if the story.
She's a centre.
Winger,
think.
winger for the Bronx.
She used to play centre.
She plays wing. Yeah, she's on the wing. So,
I love Jess Surges, bro. I was putting it out there. I love the way she plays.
I loved her at the Dragons. When
I
she
love
left
Jess
the Dragons, I didn't give a shit about her.
yeah.
Bro, I love her. I reckon she's just tough. Just tough, bro.
Look, Jess is unreal. Like she's very athletic, unreal.
Yeah.
Like, mate, you'd like her and Izzy Kelly, mate. Phenomenal. It's like the equivalent of having probably Critter and
Bronson.
And Bronson.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
They're literally half up each edge.
I want to ask you something. Where do you see the NRLW in 10 years' time? Do you see it as a look? I'm gonna be honest. I'm a fan in the sense where if I'm there, I'll watch it. I won't go out of my way to watch it. Where I'll plan my afternoon around. Or to be fair, since Dad died, I haven't really watched the game anyway. But where do you see it in the next 10 years' time? Do you think it's going to be at a state where it's going to hold its own?
I hope so. I think the plan, from what I understand, the NRL 28 is the plan to have pretty much every side field an NRLW team. Maybe if they don't achieve it, maybe they're looking maybe a couple of years after that. So that's what, 3 to 5 years away. And a lot of that's going to come back to the TV rights deal. I think the magic number is about 4.5 billion. If they can hit that number, then it obviously allocates money to the men's game, but then it also affords the women's game that money to go full-time professional, and then have all 16 teams potentially in the competition. Obviously, you've got Perth and PNG looking to Perth's been approved, and then PNG, there's talk that they're going to come in as well. So once those two get up and running, there'll be a women's program, hopefully, in each one of those as well. But I'll tell you this. So we talk about NRLW. It's only been around since 2018, right? So about 7 years. Before that, mate, we used to go to parks in Glenmore Park, Forestville, Helensburgh. Mate, people would laugh at us. Like, I'd take teams, female opens, women's teams to go and play. And there was probably only about 10 teams in the entire state. Mate, we couldn't even get access to the sheds. Legit, like guys would
they wouldn't open
them for us.
Wow.
For a gimmick, mate. Go get changed in the car. It was disgusting.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like the girls couldn't get dressed to get ready to play?
No. So guys would be like, mate, or whoever ran the grounds would be like, sorry, mate, they're for the boys. Like, there'd be an A grade game or a C grade game or whatever. Mate, bad luck. The boys are there. Go get changed somewhere else. So they'd legit get changed in their cars, mate. Some of the girls that played for New South Wales and the Gillaroos in that era, pre-NRLW, like they had to buy their own tickets to go to Queensland, to go overseas to play. Yeah, like we used to hold fundraisers for some of these girls. So
fuck.
So
that's disgusting.
It's bad, bro.
Mate, legit. And if you speak to the girls, some of the older girls that played pre-NRLW, they'll tell you these stories in more detail.
I think Ruan Sims mentioned something once. Ruan Sims?
Yeah, so Ruan would be from that era.
Yeah, I think she mentioned something.
Pre-NRLW.
Wasn't she in that Roosters photo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I saw
that. Was the first, but she retired not long after that.
Yeah.
Mate, Rue's incredible. Like she was the first at training, last to leave, and she was probably the oldest in the sort. Well, her and Kylie Hilda, who ended up becoming the New South Wales Origin coach, they were both in that side. Mate, first at training, last to leave. Like they ripped in, and they were, because they come from that old school of football, right? Yeah. They knew, like, it wasn't given to them on a silver platter. They weren't pampered. They weren't, player managers pumping up their tyres or this guy and that.
She's seen her brother. Rowan obviously seen her brothers and seen what they had to do, obviously, to.
Yeah.
So from that to where it is now is a massive jump. So if you ask me in 10 years, mate, I hope in 10 years it can hold its own. Look, this argument is all about in terms of pay and all that. At the end of the day, it's got to be relative. Right, and I think even the players in the NRLW accept, like until the game's at a level where it's generating its own income and things like that.
And they're playing 26 rounds.
They're playing 26 rounds. They're not really jumping up and down too much. But there are things like if you want them to train for 6 months of the year and they have to walk away from a job or something like that, there's got to be allowances and things like that. But there are things to be fixed in the game. But the biggest thing for me, to be honest with you, to make the product more attractive, and I've been battling people in the NRL about this for 10 years, change the ball size.
Yes.
I'm not being disrespectful, but, mate, you look at our hands, all right, and we spoke about before, the way we would offload balls and the way that we could carry the ball, right? They're playing with the same size ball. But how many of them have the same size hand as
probably
you know?
Probably two of them.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
So you look at the NBA, the WNBA, they
play for smaller ball.
Right? So if all of a sudden you change the size of the ball, one tweak to the NRLW, the passes are crisper, the kicks are better, the finishes are better, the product just becomes
that much better.
That much better.
It's all the proportion too, bro. It's good.
Do you know what I mean? So
that's actually I never thought of that.
Me too. Up until probably a couple of weeks ago, I seen a topic they were talking about it. Some footy show was talking about. Bro, think about it.
And how long have you been saying this for, Sam?
10 years.
Oof. And it's just come up now in debate. Like,
no, mate,
I heard it. I literally just heard it in the media a couple of weeks ago.
Mate,
I'll start talking about it.
I've been raising issues for a long time, but
what's one more thing they can fix
in the women's game
to make it better? The women's game.
Look, I probably think the ball would be the number one thing for me right now. Probably the other thing in terms of making the product a little bit better, I think they need to do a magic round every round. And this is my opinion is this.
A magic round every round.
Every round in the women's game. So at the moment, right, you're not going to draw, unless they play before a men's game, they're not going to draw 20, 30,000 crowds, right?
No.
It's just not happening at the moment. They're getting good viewership on TV. People watch it on TV, but in terms of getting crowd attendance, it's not that high at the moment.
The rep games go all right. The rep games
do.
Yeah.
So if you have all of a sudden you've got 6 games on at one ground, it becomes appealing.
Couple of thousand from each club.
Couple of thousand from each club.
There's your 12, 15,000 crowd.
Yeah. Plus they're hanging around. Everyone loves footy.
Everyone loves footy. Yeah, day out, right?
Day out, exactly.
You know, there's young girls that are into the game at the moment, and they get to see 3 or 4, different teams, 6 teams, whatever it is, play at a single ground. They're getting autographs. They're getting, live action, 3 back-to-back games or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. That's a great idea, Sam. Great idea.
Yeah. So in the women's game, I think you do that week in, week out, all of a sudden, and you got a few Queensland teams, so you can have one round up there and one round down here. It's no problem. But you'll get 15, 20,000.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Bro, we're not bloody sports administrators here. We like to think we're a bit men of intellect to some degree. But, bro, can't Peter V'landys see this? See this is what needs to be done, bro? Like, it's that simple. Like, that's a great concept in regards to having a magic round. Why is it so simple for us to think of something like this? But the hierarchy can't see it or can't action it. I don't understand.
I think
it sounds simple enough.
Yeah.
Is there something else you think that's holding him back?
Look, I don't know. If it's a money issue, it actually, in my view, would work out better because it splits the cost. Like if you're running a ground, like let's say Cronulla are opening up Shark Park.
Yep.
And you're only getting 2,000-3,000 people. Like what's the benefit? You know, you're not getting big corporate sponsors attend and things like that to a standalone.
And you're not selling that many pies.
No, right.
That many beers.
Right now, right? So we're talking about right now. And I hope in 10 years, it's a complete, there's 20,000 at a standalone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's ideally the goal.
That's what we all want.
But we're looking right now, right? So surely if all of a sudden you say you go to Cronulla and you go to Bulldogs and whoever, Tigers, and say, listen, we'll just do it at Bank West, split the costs between 3 clubs and split the profits or whatever it is. Surely you'd agree because commercially it's going to make more sense.
Commercially,
right?
Not only does it make more sense, it's more practical. You're going to be making more money than what you are at a standalone game.
It's so true.
It's as simple as that. Sam, you're on the money, bro. Mate, you should be the head of the NRLW.
Peter V'landys, mate.
All right.
Pull your finger out.
I want to get to your career in the legal system.
Yeah.
Now, why I paused is because this is the juice that we want from you. This is why we do what Billy and I do.
Respectfully. Everything else was great.
No, we loved it. No,
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. But we've never had a lawyer on.
Yeah.
And it's all good. And we said it out there like, as you guys would have seen, you know, last week we dropped John Novak, who's a mindset coach. We don't just want to tell a story, a sad story, someone losing a child, someone having cancer, someone, you know, trying to commit suicide. Yeah, we want to get these stories out there because we want to show people, look what they've gone through, look what they've had to deal with, and look where they are now. So there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Having Johnny Novak on last week was like, right, I have a problem. We want to give answers as well, Sam. We want to give solutions. You being a solicitor, a lawyer, now gives us another angle we can attack because men's mental health for us is so important. Fathers that have their children used as weapons against them is so important for us. Fathers being ostracized, basically banished from seeing their children. These are all important topics of ours. You deal with family law.
Yeah.
Is it tough for a father going through the court system?
It's the data on this. If you're looking at there's two answers to this, right? There's the data and there's experience. And so if you look at the data will tell you that there isn't any perceived bias, if I can put it that way, to fathers going through the family law system. Right? And the law itself is designed to be effectively gender neutral. So what I mean by that is the law should not consider the fact that you're a mother or you're a father, that gives you an added advantage or a lesser advantage solely on the fact that you're male or female, right? So the law looks at the best interests of the child first, or should look at what are the best interests of the child if you're looking at a children or parenting type matter, right? So it'll assess, there's factors that the court will look at and should assess first, and then determine where the child should live, who they should spend time with, et cetera, et cetera. Now, in some of those studies, and I think there's one from 2019, it's on the Australian, there's an Australian government website, and you can look it up. So there was a perceived bias, for example, against Middle Eastern men. Right, so this study found that there seemed to be, for example, perceived bias against Middle Eastern men, and it gave some reasons and factors and things as to why.
Can you name a couple of those reasons?
Yeah, so some of them was cultural. So there was an assumption that Middle Eastern men just tend to be more violent towards their partners, which, look, I mean, we know that's not true. Right?
Absolutely.
In every community, in every like every religion,
Every race,
there's always going to be good and bad. That's just life, right? There's elements that are obviously going to ruin things for the majority, but thankfully in all communities, they're minorities, right? These people, like they're people that commit abuse and things like that. So there was that. There was an element, I think, of Islamophobia. So men that typically as well that happen to be Muslim. So there was data around that as well. But they're the two sort of main ones that stick out was cultural and obviously that Islamophobia. Interestingly enough, the other group that was similar to Middle Eastern males was Asian men. For whatever reason, I don't know, but Asian men was another one that was sort of categorized as having a bias as well for other reasons. But yeah, so I think it's a 2019 study It's available online, but you can look at it. It's a Australian information or something. It's a government website. I'm happy to send you a link later. But
Are judgments made based on that research? Like, do the judges actually look at that, look at studies like that, and think, "Oh fuck, this guy's Middle Eastern"?
So I think that study,
Surely not.
They looked at So I think the way this study worked was they looked at cases and then looked at outcomes of cases, and then
So the judge has gone in and made that assumption.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
And that's where the stats have come from. That if you're Lebo or you're Muslim or you're Asian, it's going against you.
It's going against you. That's what I'm saying. You're ready. Excuse my friend. You're already fucked before you walk in.
Yeah.
So and that's 29. So we're obviously 2025 now. There's 6 years. I don't know if there's a more recent study already, but that's dating back to sort of pre-COVID research, right? So the problem is this: if you're talking about experience, right? Most family law cases settle amicably, and that's for real. Like a high percentage of cases, people sort of tend to go their own way, and they reach an agreement, and you go, all right, this is what it is, and everyone's happy, and they walk away, right? Most of the times, if you look at a familial bond, like a family relationship, it's the way that it's been for decades. The man typically works, the woman stays at home with the kids, the woman looks after the kids predominantly, takes them to school, brings them back home, does all of the child-related duties, right? Dads come in, they're the superhero. They come in at the end of the day, hey, Dad, missed you, blah, 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 and, they spend limited time or whatever, and then next morning they go to bed, wake up, and straight back to work, and that's the cycle typically that we see, right? And it's not again, like in 2025 now you have
the old school way.
Yeah, that's the old school way. And now you got both parents working, there's childcare, there's all sorts of other stuff. But so in those scenarios, sometimes dads go, well, fuck, I can't look after the kids. I've got to keep working. I've got to keep putting food on the table. Even if we're not together, I've still got to pay and got to pay for their school and whatever. So they end up living with the mum. The dad gets visits and whatever, and they work it out. So what we see when we go to court is generally the most complex cases, or cases that are not your run-of-the-mill, amicable, let's shake hands and walk away type of cases, right? So when you look at love, powerful, yeah? And we spoke about love early on. It's a powerful emotion, right?
Mm.
When you love someone. What's the opposite of that?
Hate.
Yeah. So think of the power of love. You have an opposite and equal reaction, it's going to be hate, right? So a lot of the times it goes the other way. And so this animosity, all this sort of stuff builds up and it becomes vicious.
Yeah.
And so they're typically the types of matters that end up in court are the ones where shit's hit the fan.
Toxic.
And it's blown up and it's toxic. Yeah. So what happens today is experience says, what's the first thing typically that we see that the mother does?
Use the kid as collateral.
Well, she'll go to the police.
Make a false accusation.
And say, well, yeah, I've suffered abuse.
Yeah.
Whether it's physical, mental.
Let's just make it clear.
Yeah.
Not all cases
are false.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make this clear then. How many cases have you seen where you know for a fact that the woman has made a false accusation though, and a man has had to suffer, not see his kids grow from birth to when they're bloody 5-10 years old, and he's missed out on all those years, all the golden years, and it's absolutely fucked his brain, and it's led him to go somewhere down a path where nobody wants to go. And you know for a fact that it is not true. I'm not saying all cases, but I'm sure you've seen a couple.
Look, I can say this. So I've had a number of cases where the father has been accused of serious family violence. And sometimes we're talking about multiple counts, 8, 10 plus. We've gone to court, local court or district court, in the criminal court, and we've beaten every single one of those. And then we've come back to the family court and said, here, he's been acquitted on all of these charges, and still he's not been given access to his children.
Yeah, fuck that, bro.
Right? And that's because the family court says, well, it doesn't matter if he's been acquitted in the criminal courts. We have our own determination to make at the end of this case, and we may well find on the balance of probabilities or whatever it is that he did do those things. And that's the anomaly between the criminal court and the family.
But how does that work, Sam?
Yeah, bro.
Why is the family court separate to criminal court?
So the family law in Australia is governed by the Commonwealth, right? So the Commonwealth, so the federal government, Albo's government, is the government that legislates family law in Australia, right? The Commonwealth Act. Criminal law in New South Wales, well, there is a Commonwealth Criminal Code as well, but that really relates to things like, for example, drug smuggling, international, like if you're trying to get in through the border, things like that, tobacco, fraud, certain things that relate to Commonwealth-related offences. But generally,
if you're hurting the government's pocket,
yeah, you're getting done by the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
but.
Last way to put it.
It's true, isn't it?
True, bro.
He named everything.
Terms, yeah.
Drugs, they can't tax. Illegal cigarettes, they can't tax.
That's the only reason it's illegal, cuz they can't tax it. They're not making the money, exactly.
They can't tax it.
So
anyway, continue.
So that stuff regulated by them, the Commonwealth. And then when you come back to state law, so that deals with, things that are relevant to New South Wales or Victoria, wherever state you come from. And typically we have a Crimes Act, or each state would have its own rules around that. So domestic violence and domestic violence is real. So, we have to say, and I have
of course. Not saying it's not.
Domestic violence is absolutely real. And I get the cautious approach, right? Because there are instances and there are some serious instances of domestic violence, and there are some Fruit Loops out there that honestly need to be locked up and kept away.
100%. I agree, bro.
From their families and their kids. But in the cases where it's not that, the problem is the state courts, even though they may acquit you, the federal court's higher. It's a higher court. The federal court sits above the state court, right? So what then happens is the federal circuit and family court will say, well, they've made a decision, but we haven't made a determination as to whether or not family violence exists or doesn't exist. And there's the issue. So the difficulty is, even though the state courts may acquit someone, the federal court sits higher than the state courts. So the federal court then, which is where the family circuit court and family court of Australia sits, will say, well, we don't care what the local court or district court of New South Wales or Victoria or wherever, what their determination is. We're still going to make our own determination on any issue of family violence or anything like that. So that's where it's geared against you, is even though you may be acquitted, right? And that process can take 6 months, a year, 2 years. The family court process may take another 2 or 3 years after that. You're talking sometimes 3 to 5 years in the family court.
And the kids are in the picture throughout this whole time, and the dad
can't see them.
Or
if he is, they're supervised visits.
And after all this, they could come back saying, you know what, mate? You're innocent. You're good.
Yeah. And I've seen that multiple times.
And they've wasted all that time.
Yeah, where the dad hasn't had access to his children for years. You're talking 3, 4, 5 years. And then ultimately, there's a finding where he hasn't perpetrated those acts or hasn't done those things. And then he's given access to his kids. But he's missed 3 to 5 years of their life.
He's missed, and this is what the courts don't understand. Yeah. This is what fucking shits me, is you've punished the kids all along.
Yeah.
You think you're doing something just, because we're now talking justice system, when all along, in fact, you've caused an injustice to these children.
Yeah.
You've deprived them of a father. You've deprived them of a male figure that you spoke about earlier and said that it is important to have in your life.
Very.
Yeah.
If they're innocent. We're talking.
This is what we're talking. If they're innocent,
yeah.
So, which brings me to my next question to you. Not making excuses. Domestic violence, disgusting. You touch a woman, you're a pig.
100%. Yeah.
Amen.
Get thrown in and let the guys inside have their way with you. No problems.
100%.
We stand for this.
Amen.
Right? I've seen some fucking disturbing stories. Heard of disturbing stories. But without making excuses, Sam, do you think, is it possible? Lawyers love that one. Is it possible, right, that a man that has harmed his family, whether it's through DV, whether it's through, you know what, he's gotten rid of his family and then he gets rid of himself at the end. Is there a chance that the system has pushed this man over the edge?
I don't know if I can answer that one.
Okay. Don't answer it. I'm going to talk to Bill.
Talk to me, brother.
Again, I'm not making excuses, Bill.
Yep.
But it's like getting a sane person, right? Putting them in a mental institution, in a straitjacket, you or me, or Sam. Put us in a straitjacket and feed us tablets, feed us pills for 1 day, 5 days, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They're numbing us. 8 weeks, 10 weeks. Let's talk family law. How long you said it goes from 3 to 5 years. So if you treat me as a mental patient in a straitjacket for 3 years and medicate me as a mental patient, right? Do you not think I'm going to become a mental patient?
I think you are.
So is it possible that a person that has murdered his family, his children, there's disturbing stories out there, murdered his children, then murdered his ex-wife, then murdered himself. Is it possible, what I'm trying to make, is it possible that the system has pushed this man, they've treated him as a domestic violence perpetrator already? They've taken the one thing he loves in this world, his children. It's loss after loss after loss after loss. Is it possible this guy, after 5 years of fighting for his kids, gives up on life and says, you know what? Fuck everyone. Fuck them all. I'm going out and I'm taking everyone out with me. Is it possible that that could have happened at least once?
Yes.
Has the system not let one guy down where they've pushed him to the edge where he thought, you know what? I'm done. I just gave you a perfect example, Bill. Treat me like a mental patient. I'm going to look, bro, I'm claustrophobic as it is, Sam. Yeah? Me now, just thinking about being in that jacket that they cover, that strap from you behind and you can't move, put me in that for 24 hours, I will choose death every day of the week.
Yeah.
And that's 24 hours. Do that to me for 12 months. Brother, I'm losing my marbles. I'm now becoming what the system said I was, mental.
You know the old saying, you are what you eat?
Thank you.
You are what you put in here.
100%. And I believe, Bill, man, and again, I'm going to make it clear, there's scumbags out there. There's scumbags out there that don't deserve to live. They don't deserve to have children. They don't deserve to go near a woman. And that they have physically harmed, they've hurt their children, they've done unimaginable things to their children and to their ex-partners. We're not talking about these cases, but surely, okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Has an innocent man ever been jailed?
Of course.
There you go.
Well, there's a case at the moment that involves a woman, Kathleen Folbig. So she was jailed for 20 years for murder. She was accused of killing her own children, and it took 20 years for her to be released, completely innocent. So scientists, you're talking about 200 odd scientists from around the world, top leading global doctors and scientists, had to petition and write a letter to the New South Wales state government saying that these children could have died. It was more probable than not that they died from a generic disease than from murder. But she did almost 20 years or 20 years thereabouts in jail, and she was completely innocent.
There you go.
Bro,
Surely, absolutely, there's men out there that are getting driven, Sam, getting pushed to the point of no return where they're hurting their families and then they're finishing themselves off. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done where, and I'll tell you, all a female has to do. Now, I can't believe that, like you mentioned earlier, there's a study, right? And then you have your experiences. Going off the study, there's no prejudice. True?
True.
Off a study, the law is black and white. It doesn't favour the women. It goes with facts. You can't tell me it goes with facts where all I have to do as a female is pick up the phone, call 000, and say, hi, yep, go to this address. Struck me. He hit me. He slapped me.
Well, look, it happens. And
Yeah.
I don't want to give away, but, I mean, there's a very famous case. It wasn't a family law case, but there's a very famous case that, that I acted for him on a false accusation. And ultimately, he was acquitted, but he was put through the ringer in the media and everything else that occurred. But it happens. It's as simple as making a phone call. That is very real, and it can happen.
So,
No evidence, nothing, just a phone call?
Well,
You got to prove something, surely.
Well, the evidence is really what they say. So, for example, if you say something, but here's the kicker for you. Mate, I've taken clients, male clients, to the police station that were being threatened by their partners or former partners, females, right? In one instance, she was extorting him and saying, if you don't pay me X amount of dollars, I'm going to go to the police and say you raped me. I took him to the police station. I'm not going to say which one. I was there with him in the police station, in the foyer, speaking to a sergeant and a constable when she called. We put the phone on speaker and they heard her say to him, I'm out the front of the same police station, which she wasn't. If you don't transfer me X amount of dollars now, I'm going to tell the police you raped me. There was 4 of us in the room. So we had moved from the foyer into a room.
conference room, yeah.
Into a little interview room.
Yeah.
They heard the entire conversation. And when she hung up, they said, oh, there's nothing we can do. So what do you mean? It's extortion. If she called you right now and said he had done ABC to me, what would you do? I said, mate, you'd send 5 cop cars to his house. You'd raid his home. You'd pull him out, drag him in the middle of the street, and you'd refuse him bail. He'd sleep overnight and have to face court in the morning to get bail. She's threatened him.
You've heard it.
You've heard it. You're right. There was 4 of us in the room when she
That'll
made the
do
call.
me, bro. That'll do.
And they refused to charge her.
All right. Are we now talking law or the police that would have been just two flops? Or is the law tying their hands?
Well, they should have. No, the law was open for them to charge. But going back to your point about what evidence does she need? If a police officer suspects or reasonably suspects on what she says that there's grounds for an AVO or grounds to charge, they'll charge. And whatever she says is the evidence. Like, she doesn't need photos. She doesn't need video.
She doesn't need to mark a cut. She doesn't need to show blood.
She just needs to say that these things happened, and that's what they run off. And that's the way, unfortunately, the system works. And on the flip hand, like, if you got a guy that walks in there with bruises and black eyes, and they'll laugh at him. Like, that's legit.
Yeah, they'll
They'll
laugh.
say, bro,
Man up, son. Like,
Yeah.
get the fuck
see
over
you
it.
later. Women are perpetrators of domestic violence just as, I'll withdraw that, not as much as men, but they are just as capable of committing domestic violence
I fucking love you.
as anyone else.
I'll withdraw that, Your Honour.
I love it. I'm getting Eddie George vibes here.
Yeah, so Eddie, we had a guest on, Eddie Georges.
Yeah.
Right, so he works with male victims of domestic violence. And he'll tell you without withdrawing statements that the numbers are exactly the same.
I don't know the numbers, but
he does.
That's his field.
Yeah.
That's his field.
Episode 7, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Episode 7 or 8.
He come out and said it's more common than not
Yeah.
that these guys get DV'd.
I've seen it firsthand. So I can tell you now, I don't know the numbers, but I know there are 100% without a shadow of a doubt.
So
Should I call him and ask him?
So all I can say is, if the law's not going to help a man, then men need to start taking things into their own hands, and I need to say this carefully before someone thinks I'm trying to start a war here. But sorry, you need to be more accountable for who you choose as a life partner.
Yeah.
You got to really dot your I's and cross your T's, because you can't just jump in to bed with someone, because who are you really jumping bed with?
This is for males and females. We're not just talking about males.
Well, I'm 100%. We've got a lot of female followers. So whatever I say, you can flip it to make it suit you. But my concern at the moment is the family court system and what it does for men and for fathers that have their children taken away from them on pure lies, baseless facts.
Yeah. Well,
So it comes.
not facts,
What?
baseless lies.
Baseless lies, yeah. Not
facts at all, bro.
Not facts at all, absolutely. But, sorry, you got to be more, the guys have got to be more accountable.
Look, I'll say this. I always give this advice when clients come. I'll say this. This is my view, right? A man's not going to go and spend $100,000, $200,000 on a court case to see his kids just to beat them up. Doesn't make sense.
Of course.
You're not going to spend that amount of money on lawyers and barristers and legal fees to want to see your kids.
To harm them.
No way.
It doesn't make sense. A deadbeat dad is going to go, take the kids, see you later, I don't want
Fuck
nothing to
off,
do
yeah.
with them. Yeah, right? So,
And if he wants to harm them, he doesn't give a fuck about,
No law, no.
you know, any AVOs. He'll go and do it.
exactly, right? So he's not going to go through the system and fight to see his kids if he's like, typically, this is my
That's the most common sense view.
my common sense view, right?
Yeah.
Like and the reality is, as you said, like if someone was a deadbeat or a scumbag, they're gonna go and do things a different way, right? And they're the people that should be locked up and kept
Absolutely.
off. They're the people we're talking about.
Yeah.
But typically, what would happen is they come for the money, right? The other side, whether it's male or female, whichever way it is, they're coming for the money, right? And they're using whatever advantage they can to try and get
As much as they can.
So when a client comes to me, I say to him straight away, listen, pay, male or female, pay what they want and walk away. Believe me, trust me.
Or you try to tell them not to fight, just get it done.
Pay them what they want and walk away, because the money you can make back, but the time, the stress, the energy that you're going to put into this, you won't get back.
So I want to ask you a question.
And the last thing I'll say on this is, if you want to go down that road, I get rich, you get poor.
That's my question.
I knew what you were going to say, Joey. I know you. I love you.
So there's a stigma out there. Sorry, continue. Go on.
No, but that's the reality. I don't give that advice. Like, it's easy. Like, for example, people think lawyers are just in it, and we drive, we've got helicopters and Ferraris.
Yeah.
But be honest, man. Be a man. Man to man. I wish I did. But
That should have cut it, bro.
be real, man. I'm a dad.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I'm a dad. I've got 2 kids, bro. I don't. And this is the thing. I want to tie this back in, right? I don't want to be the dad to my kids that my dad was to me. I want to be different. I'm all about love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to show my kids love. I want to give them different. I don't give a fuck if my kids play football or not. I don't care what they do. I'm not out there pushing them to live my dreams through them. I don't care. I just want them to be happy, healthy, and loved. You get me?
That's beautiful.
So I'm not here to, if that's what I want for my kids, I'm not going to tell you what's wrong or right for your kids, you know? But I've been around this too long to know, to say to you, listen, pay the fucking money and move on with your life. Keep your kids, keep your health, keep your mental health, keep the rest of it, and just move forward, man. Money comes and goes. Your kids' happiness, your health, priceless. People don't understand, you know. And if you're talking about dollars and cents, I get rich, you get poor. I don't want to be rich off that. I want to sleep every fucking night
Comfortably on your
comfortable,
pillow.
brother. You know,
Because that's... Yeah, go on.
and I believe in karma, Joey. Like, I don't want that shit coming back to my kids one day, coming back to me.
God forbid.
God forbid.
Nah,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
Look, you He's always had a heart of a lion, Sam. Always. He's always been for his mates. Always been for his mates. Him being a lawyer suits him to a T, because you know what? You know how they say like lawyers are vultures and you know the only winners out of this. He's a different kind of breed. And I rang him last week when I had this thing get served to me. I go, Sam, bro, and the pressure was on me, Bill. It was like a really fucked up serving.
Yeah, I remember, bro. You were a bit off.
I was off.
Yeah.
Didn't sleep that night, whatever. You know, I rang Sam and I go, Sam, listen, bro, like, I've copped a couple of hits. Like, you got to tell me what I'm looking at. I'm taking this all the way. You got to tell me now, what am I looking at? What's it going to cost me?
Yep.
So I can start putting that money away for you. He goes, bro, who you fucking talking to? He goes, I'm a brother. He goes, just send me the papers. Did you or not?
Yeah.
He goes, just send me the fucking papers. You're talking to me about money. Just send me the papers. And this is the kind of man he is. So when he sits there and says, listen, I don't want to get rich, pay the money and walk away, I fucking believe it. I believe it. I was running amok when I wanted to say, bro, I got a question. But people say, oh, don't go to court. Don't go to family court with your ex because the only winner is the solicitor.
Yeah.
That obviously gets thrown around. But you said it yourself. Like, if you're going to go to court and going to court, you're not going once or twice.
No.
It's going to get dragged out.
Mate, it's unbelievable. The process is long and there's a lot of sharks in the game, right? And every profession, every trade has them, right? There's shonky builders, there's good builders.
Yeah.
There's good lawyers, there's shonky lawyers.
We said that last week, eh?
So, you know, you got to be careful. At the end of the day, look, it's not even about that. Really, it's peace of mind, man. You can't. I'm telling you now, the process is draining. It's harmful to your own self, your mental health.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not worth. Just pay it, man. People get hung up on the money, and the money comes and goes. You know, you can't put a price on it, and that's it.
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of our listeners can take a lot from this.
100%.
I feel like we shouldn't end this here.
So,
You think what I'm thinking, Joey?
say it.
To the camera?
Look at smack bang down there.
I want to ask Sam, would you be happy to come back on one of our live shows and answer a few questions to some of our listeners that might have some questions for you? Because I feel like a lot of people can learn a lot from this, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love that, bro.
What do you reckon, Joey?
Yeah, bro, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, bro. I think a lot of people out there can definitely take a lot out of it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, obviously, guys,
So people can phone in.
don't overdo the questions too much because we might have to get a few calls to get through. But man, I think a lot of them will get through. We'll get a lot out of it, Sam. We'd love that, bro. No pressure, of course, but
no, done.
We'd love that.
Yeah, awesome, bro, awesome. So we'll do that in the next couple of weeks, Sam. We'll run a live. We'll open up the line, and anyone that's going through something or anything, whether it's family, criminal, ring up and you'll get a couple of minutes with Sam.
Yeah.
For free. He won't send you an invoice.
No.
He might send Billy and I an invoice.
It's actually very, bro. It's actually very, 100%.
Anyway.
I'm more than happy to contribute, but very generous of you, bro. And
Appreciate
we really
it.
do appreciate
Thank you
that.
so much. Look, before we wrap it up,
You didn't ask me $1 million question.
Who's your favorite football team?
what was the $1 million question?
I'm joking.
Did I ever play football again?
Oh my God.
The answer is yes.
You did. You
Okay.
did. I know the
Yeah.
answer.
So 2014 I came back, but
That's bad.
But I came back
2014.
2014 I came back. Took me about 10 years to get back, but I played a couple of games for the Barella Bears, believe it or not. But
A grade?
A grade, yeah. So
Well done.
but then I came back again stupidly maybe 3 years ago.
No, Sam, not at 37. Bro.
37.
Why are you laughing, bro?
And the reason
I'm telling you, don't you dare.
I'm doing
I'm telling you.
So the reason I did was because my kids had never seen me play football.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I say the same thing to him.
I thought, you know what, I want to lace them up one more time and scored a try.
That's massive, bro.
I got sin bin. and sent off in the same game.
Oh, wow. Well done.
They say the whole highlights reel. We like,
all in one day.
So his whole career. His whole career.
It flashed before my eyes in one game.
who was that for? Who did you play?
The Bears, Brilla Bears.
Again?
So, yeah.
3 years ago, you played.
So my kids play there at the moment. So
His son's with the dogs at the moment. He's a gun.
Your son?
yeah, the older one. Yeah,
How old is he?
14
A development squad.
development.
Good on him, bro.
Yeah.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, my
So
boy.
I actually, I actually looked at the. So before I came on the show, Joe was asking me to look some things up, and I went and I googled my name and put Sam Saadat Bulldogs, and what came up. So my coaching history at the Bulldogs, and believe it or not, I didn't even realise this. So I'm looking at the team list, 2015.
Yeah.
Development coach. So I was one of the development coaches at the Bulldogs.
Oh, well.
And I'm looking at the team list, and there's Jacob Kiraz.
Oh,
no way.
I didn't remember him, but I know Jacob had a bit of a, like, his story is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully you can get him on.
They said no to him.
Absolutely.
After development, they said no to him.
Yeah.
Billy would have told you coached him.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say it.
So for all the listeners, and we didn't talk about my rugby league history and when I played in that, but I'll just say this. Wow. Fuck, he knew every player I played with. And
You didn't even know.
I forgot. I was like, we were sitting there before we got on, and he's telling me all these names, and I'm going, yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
I've got it. That guy.
He was telling me who I played against.
Yeah.
I've got a sick knack for just
Junior league.
in the lower grades, the Ron Massey Cup, obviously because I've played against and with a lot of these boys as well, coming through as a junior and stuff. But I just love it, bro. I fucking love it. I used to go to the grand final days for the Massey and the Cup and the Shield.
And he actually used to get the magazine.
I'd get the big league magazine.
Remember the big league?
Circle, yes.
My team was never in it, but I'd actually just get, because we get knocked out, but I'd just go watch them. A, because we know them, and B, I was just intrigued, bro.
Yeah, well.
And it's good seeing the players progress through. Anyway.
Well, before I wrap it up, I'm going to tell another story, quick one.
The other one went for a while.
No, this one's a quick one. Sam, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
No, thanks for having me.
It means the world.
You're a legend,
to
bro.
us. We're at Sam's house. There was me. There was Sam. There was Nimi. There was your cousin. What was your cousin's name? The one that lived off Waterloo Road in Greenacre. Was that Ali?
Might have been, actually, yeah. There was a few of them, but yeah.
There was Ali, and then you had another. So you had two cousins.
Yeah.
Right, that was there, and there was 3 Muslims and me and Nimi, 2 Christians. So it was lunchtime, and I go to the boys. I go, boys, I feel like KFC. He goes, yeah, you know what? And back then the Twister just came out.
Yeah.
But then they had the original Twister. They had like a barbecue Twister, and they had like a Caesar bacon Twister. So I go in, I go to the boys. I know my mates, right? They're Muslim, they can't eat bacon. So I go to Nimi, I go, bro, the Caesar bacon is cracker one. I go, I'm gonna get a bacon one for me, one for you. And the boys all agreed. I think there was 1 barbecue and 2 originals.
Yeah.
I got large meals, so I go. And I asked, hand on heart, I got 2 Caesars, 1
original,
1 barbecue,
1
2
barbecue
original.
and 2 original. I come back, and they're written. I'm handing them out. I've gone, yeah, Nimi, there's your Caesar bacon. I put my Caesar bacon down. I gave Sam an original, one of his other cousins the barbecue, and another cousin the original. We're fucking grinding. And then I hear his cousin going, oh. And I'm going, you right, mate? He goes, bro, fucking this Twister's cracker. I'm going, they're fucking good, eh? And everyone's ripping.
Careful, there's hand movements, Joey. Careful, there's hand movements, bro.
Everyone's ripping in. And he'll go another one. He go, bro.
It was Gus. It was cousin Gus.
Gus.
Bit smoking.
Very
smoky.
He gets down. So say this is the Twister, yeah?
Yeah.
He gets down to about here. So he's gone
He's
3/4 of it.
He's pumped it.
It's pumped, yeah? He's holding it. He's going, Joe, And he's looking at it. He goes, is there bacon in mine? I go, nah, fuck off. I go, don't fuck that. Don't fuck around.
You will never do it.
We'll run mucks on each other. Bro, remember I jumped in your pool and it was green algae?
I didn't put chlorine in it for a couple of weeks.
No, there was fucking frogs in there. Bro, but what? We'll smash.
Yeah.
And you're smash. I jumped in, bro. You fuck around.
Right? I thought it was going to come out a Ninja Turtle. But it didn't work out.
But that I wouldn't fuck around with.
No, you don't know.
So what this dumb bitch has done, excuse the French, she's a lovely lady, made a mistake, right?
As we all do.
But there was instead of
three bacon.
there was 3 bacon, 1 original, 1 barbecue.
So one
old mate Gus
copped the bacon.
He copped the bacon, right? And he's going, I've gone, Gus, fuck me, there's bacon in there, bro. I'm so sorry. I go, give it here. He goes, bro, it's too late. Because I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep. It was in too deep.
Why'd you fucking tell me?
Should have just kept it quiet, lad. So, old Gus, I hope he's not watching, but he did finish it. He loved it. But
oh man,
I think he went on. He done like some sort of.
We got a Hajj.
He done a Hajj tour to
redeem him from his sins.
Got to cleanse himself.
But bro, we've had some laughs.
Yeah,
Sam. You'll be a brother for life, bro. God bless you and your family. You're a great role model for your boys, bro.
Thanks, Joey. Thanks, brother.
Your wife. What we always talk about our wives and how strong they are, and they're our soldiers. I've had the privilege when we had dinner at 1:00 in the morning on on King George's Road.
Chinese.
We had Chinese. We spent some time with Josie and I got to know your wife and what a soldier you've got, bro. And
yeah, she's unreal.
I'm so proud of you, bro.
Thanks, Joey.
Happy for, you and the family and how things are going, and you'll always have a home here, bro. You'll always have a home here. And Billy said it, and I'll confirm it and agree with Billy that, Sam, we're going to open the lines, bro.
Yes.
We want to help as many people as we can.
I feel like it's a good space, bro.
Yeah.
It's a good space.
Just one question, please don't sit here and take an hour and 10-minute consultation.
We just got sponsorship
from our lawyer.
We can't blow it on legal fees.
But guys, really appreciate you guys. This is another episode of the BillyJoe Podcast. Sam Saadat, thank you so much for coming on. We will see you next week.
Please like and subscribe.
See, that's why I love when you do intros and outros.
Guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe to our Instagram, YouTube, and our Spotify at the BillyJoe Podcast. With a massive shout out to our partners, Mic'd Up, for putting this on for us again, man. You guys really propelled us in the right direction. Dan and the crew, we won't be here without you guys. So please make sure to subscribe to all our socials. Check out Mic'd Up, and Joey.
Appreciate you guys. We love yous. I'm your co-host Joe,
and I'm Billy.
See you next week.
See you later, guys.
It's the BillyJoe Podcast, where the truth gets told. Stories from the heart, yeah, the vibe is bold. Talking real life, breaking through the pain. Every single episode, a change in the game. Billy and Joe, they bring the real talk. From the struggles and the wins to the late night walks. Voices of the people putting truth on blast. No filters, no masks, just facts that last. They shine a little light when the world feels cold. Conversations raw, turning